So there's a learning technique which I call the teddy bear's picnic, and it's designed to ensure that you retain as much information as possible, but actually consume it in a way where you can ensure that other people understand what it is that you're teaching. So there's something which is called the Ebbinghaus forgetting curve, and what that basically says is within 7 days you'll have forgotten 90% of any class that you are in, unless you do interventions, and interventions as such as reflecting, recap, mock tests, mock exams. So on days 1, 3 and 7 you should be doing something to remind yourself of what you've learned. It doesn't have to be the whole lesson again, just short recaps so that you create peaks of learning. And these little peaks and these little reflections mean that you can commit the information to your short to medium term memory long enough to get through an exam sitting or to submit an assessment or something like that. Now, where Teddy Bear's Picnic comes in is some research that was done when teaching a class something called the Doppler effect. And half the class were given time to prepare for a test, and half the class were asked to prepare to teach a session on it. And what they found is that the class that prepared a session to teach on the Doppler effect outperformed by 15% those that were prepared to just do the test. And that is because when you consume information, when you're trying to create a lesson plan or teach it or do something with it, you actually try to understand that information a lot more than you would if you were just reading and reviewing and reflecting. So what they suggest that you should do is when you're trying to really understand a difficult subject, you should 1, learn it, and then 2, prepare to teach it. And this is where TikTok could be amazing, because you could do it in front of a camera, you could do the recordings, you could go, right, well, I need to get this into a 5-6 minute video. And that is one of the tips that they've got for ensuring that you can understand and comprehend complex information. It's not just about reading it, actually prepare to explain it to somebody else. Set up all your teddy bears in your room and teach to something. Explain it out loud. You have to get your thoughts in an order. You have to be able to consume and relate the information in a way that somebody else can understand. And that's why it's called the Teddy Bear's Picnic.